Hey witches, have insomnia again as usual. So lucky for you, you get to learn about the goddess Bast or Bastet. So sit back, relax, and let's learn about this wonderful deity. So, in short, she is the goddess of cats, war, fertility, the sun, the east, fire, love, intoxication, music, perfume, joy, magic, secrets, celebration, dancing, joy, and sex. So all of those things. I think that's why sometimes you'll see the flirty statues. I'm using this image because this is the statue that I chose to purchase. It should be here soon. You'll get to see it when I do my opening of it in my haul. But it's really pretty. I didn't like the flirty one. I didn't think it was serious enough. It's cute though. But so she's, of course, Egyptian. And there's an interesting coincidence. The name Bastet shares a hieroglyph for the Bast jar, which holds perfumes and ointments. Her name means devouring lady, but it implies that she's sweet and precious, but underneath still lies a predator. So that's kind of where her name kind of brings the good things in with that still warrior, kind of mentality, that lioness. Okay, she's a protectress of pregnant women and all types of cats. She's depicted in current times with the head of a domestic cat, but it wasn't always like that. She used to be depicted with the head of a lion or a desert sand cat in ancient Egyptian times. She's often depicted holding an ankh, which you can see in the photo here. That's what she's holding. You know what that is, of course, if you're a witch. If you're still confused about what it is, it's the symbol of life, or the breath of life. She's also seen holding a papyrus wand that represents Lower Egypt. She may even hold a scepter to signify strength. Bast may also be accompanied by a litter of little baby kittens. She was the patron goddess of firefighters in ancient Egypt because they believed that if a cat ran into a burning building and then ran out, that the flames would follow the cat out of the building and draw the flames away. I don't think firefighters still believe that. There may be one or two here or there, but I would like to see if a firehouse has a statue of Bast in it. It would be interesting to find one. So the interesting part, which that's all interesting to me, but the magic part. So spells to work on with her. Okay, there are lots of different spells you can do with her. It doesn't only have to be a cat protection spell, which is usually what people do first with her because, why not? But that was the first working I've ever done with her. I've done 3 cat workings with her on 2 different cats, but I want to do more with her, so I'm kind of learning more about her and teaching you as I learn. So I came up with these spells that you can do with her. So, of course, cat protection. If you want to do a dog protection, you want to call in Hecate for that. Okay, she's your protectress of dogs. You can also do protection workings on yourself, your animals, your family, your home. because she is a warrior and she can help you with protection. Fertility, Bast, if you hear me, I don't want to be pregnant. But you could work fertility magic with her, also sex magic. If you're into that, which is totally cool. Use her warlike side and revenge and justice work only if it is justified. If it is not, that shit's gonna come back to you threefold, and you're gonna wish you never did it. So please, please, please use your magic for light and love. Try not to do anything baneful, but I, of all people, know that sometimes it's necessary. So if it is, call her in. She's a goddess of war, for goodness sakes. See if she'll help you with that. And before you start doing these spells with her, try to build up some sort of relationship. Like, if you haven't seen my video on working with deities for beginners, watch that before you start working with any deity, because it's really like a crash course and it tells you everything to do, and it's very helpful. You can also use her energy to help you find a lost cat. You can use her energy in beauty spells, sun magic. You can even summon big cats with her magic. Say you were in Africa, you wanted to summon a lion for some insane reason, you could. Please don't. But you can summon big cats. I actually found that. That's not one that I came up with. That's the one that I found online, and I had to write it down because I just thought it was a trip. You can also use her in weather spells, because you're using, with sun magic. So if you need the sun to come out, you need it to be a sunny day, call her in. Ask her to help you bring sun on that specific day. You can also use her for love spells, just putting out into the universe that you're accepting of love, okay? And then I would write down a list of stuff that I want, qualities I want in a partner, and qualities I don't want in a partner. Otherwise, you're going to end up like I did and have somebody who beats the shit out of you all the time, and you don't want that. If you haven't seen my love spell warning video, please watch it, because it's really a lesson that I learned as a teenager. Don't mess around with love spells unless you are very, very specific. Sort of like in Practical Magic, how they made that spell, or that love spell where they summoned, love from a very specific dude, like with different color eyes and had a favorite shape of a star and all the other stuff. You want to be specific if you're doing a love spell, putting it out there that you're open to love, and don't dare put a love spell on someone, because that person's going to rape you and probably kill you. So don't do that. But it would be great to call her in for some self-love, okay? You can also use her energy to gain strength and confidence, and also improve your sex life. So all of those little ideas came from my brain. Let me know if you try any of them. I'd love to know. Sorry, guys. I'd love to know if you tried any of those spells besides just cat stuff. Okay, with the cat stuff, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, for God's sakes, her head is a cat, okay? Her colors. If you're working with deities, you want to leave offerings. You want to know their colors, what they like. So her colors for candles and even other items to offer are gold, red, turquoise, clay, and silver. The incense aromas that she likes is, the first one is cannabis. If it is legal in your state, go right ahead and smoke out a room before you call her in. Kaifi is another one. It's like an ancient Egyptian offering. Cinnamon, lavender, myrrh, catnip, which you probably have to burn in a cauldron on a charcoal disc, and then frankincense. And if marijuana is not legal in your state, you can also use I'm having issues, guys. You can also use CBD flower, because it's still technically cannabis, and it's legal in most of the other states. If it's legal in my state, it's probably legal in your state. Okay, offerings. So turquoise is a good offering to leave her. There's a myth surrounding turquoise that it was actually the fallen menstrual blood of Bast, and as soon as it hit the ground, it turned to turquoise. I think that's so cool. I think I'm going to go buy a turquoise bracelet. I have one somewhere, but I don't think I like it because it's too big. So I'm going to get a new one, maybe a little beaded one. I just thought that was so cool. It inspired me. You can also leave perfumes, little perfume bottles, or decorative jars made from glass, clay, or ceramic. You can leave oil lamps, sun and moon symbols. We understand the sun because she's a sun goddess, but the moon symbols are because she is a goddess, and that divine goddess energy is in the moon, right? Okay, you can leave little cat statues, especially little cat statues carved out of the stones that she likes, which I'm going to get to in a second. So that would be a great and very well thought out offering for Bast. Candles, match the candles to the colors that I mentioned earlier. Don't leave her like a pink candle. If you're doing a self-love spell with her, yeah, use a pink candle. But if you're just leaving an offering for her, leave a color that she likes. That's the whole point of offerings. We know. Okay, so you can also leave daggers, athames as offerings for her. That warrior in her still likes sharp things. You can leave the Eye of Ra, an image or a piece of jewelry with it on there, or even a little knick-knack. The same thing with an ankh. You could do the same thing. Bells, you could leave bells or a bell or a set of witches' bells. A sistrum, which is like a sacred Egyptian rattle. You could leave that for her. Stones and crystals for Bast. Malachite, copper, gold colored stones like pyrite, lapis lazuli, onyx, and jet. Flowers and herbs, roses, morning glories, honeysuckle, ivy, catnip, mint, lemon balm. Food, pastries, chocolate. Make sure it's good chocolate. Don't leave her a little Dollar Tree chocolate bar. Get some good chocolate. That's like 85% cocoa. Honey, beef, fish. Those can be cooked or uncooked. Onions, lettuce, and grains like oats, barley, any kind of grains are fine. Wheat. So drinks, beer, red wine, mead, teas, and milk. And when you're leaving drinks and you're leaving food offerings for deities, make sure that you use the same dish for the same deity. I wouldn't take Hecate's chalice, even though it has cats on it. I wouldn't take her chalice and offer red wine to Bast in that chalice, because that's not her chalice, that's Hecate's chalice. I'll have to get Bast her own chalice. Maybe I want to buy the same one because it has cats on it. That's fine. But, also with teacups, you want to have a teacup for that goddess or for that god. and don't drink out of it unless you ask them permission and they let you. They say it's okay through messages that you receive during meditation, or just spending time with your deity. You'll know if it's okay to drink out of it with them. Normally it's more traditional to have your own cup or your own chalice and enjoy a drink with them. But that is all that I have. I'm going to put a link at the bottom that has some invocations and evocations for her, because you need those. You don't have to have them, but they help, especially when you're beginning. Another thing you can offer her is a poem. Deities love poetry that you wrote. So if you're good at writing, write a poem. Read it to her. Write it really neatly. Put it on her altar and read it to her. Read it to her every day. Write another poem. But poetry is always a great way to give your time to your deity, and time is your most precious commodity, and they realize that we're not immortal like they are. We have a limited amount of time, so what we spend our time doing is important, and they realize that. So anything where you're sacrificing time is great. Also, making donations with anything that has to do with cats. Bast would love that. So you can also do that. But that's all I have, guys. And I will see you soon with a haul video, because I have a huge order coming with this statue in it and a bunch of other stuff. So I'll see you soon. Blessed be. Bye.